Did Power Wheels just release full self driving for kids?
Warning. Self-destruct mode
Wait, no,
activated.
that's not supposed to happen. You're at work, minding your own business, probably scrolling, when your phone buzzes. A security camera notification. You open it up expecting to see a package or maybe a stray dog sniffing around. Squirrel? But nope, instead you see your kid's toy Jeep burning just feet from your porch. That's really weird. Why is it on fire? They're actually really lucky the Jeep decided to take the scenic route into the yard, because had it stayed parked where it was, this could have been a way bigger problem. Now, is this a case of haunted Hot Wheels, or maybe a little divine intervention? Or could there be a more technical reason why this mini Jeep decided to go full stunt driver before bursting into flames? If we take a look at their post, haha, here it is. We modified the batteries. Well, there's your problem. So what's the deal? These Power Wheel style toys usually run on sealed lead acid batteries. Old school, kinda heavy, but they're cheap and relatively safe. The downside, they lose power fast. They don't hold a charge for long, and they make your kids feel like they're driving the slowest vehicle on earth. That's why so many people are engineering a better solution. Lithium ion batteries. They're lightweight, they hold way more energy, and they give these little cars some serious speed. But the problem, they're not designed to be just tossed into toys and left out in the elements. Because if lithium ion batteries don't have proper protection, they don't just die quietly. And just like my redhead, they throw a fiery, full on temper tantrum. Lithium ion batteries are great in the right setup. Your phone, fantastic. Laptop, excellent. Electric vehicle with sealed, waterproof, temperature controlled battery packs, they're okay too. But a toy that's parked outside, getting rained on, baked in the sun, and left to soak up all that humidity, that's not really the best. When lithium ion battery cells get exposed to moisture, or maybe there's some bad wiring involved, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. That can lead to heat, that can lead to thermal runaways, smoke, and let's just say your kid's Jeep probably becomes the most exciting thing in the yard for all the wrong reasons. But what about the part where the Jeep drove off by itself? Surely this is some type of divine intervention, right? I mean, the Jeep moved itself away from the house almost like it knew it was about to go into explosion mode. Or it was an electrical failure. Most likely, when thermal runaway began, something shorted out, sending power straight to the motors. This is actually a big concern I have for electric vehicles, full size electric vehicles that first responders are going to respond to when they're on fire. It's pretty common in any vehicle fire for things to short out, and if that power kicks straight to the electric motors, that's something first responders need to be prepared for. Now, has it happened? Nope. Is the situation probable? Still no. But ultimately, when things are on fire, weird things can happen. Back to the mini Jeep. The homeowners are extremely fortunate. I'm glad this thing rolled away from the house. Had it burned where it was parked, it would have easily caught the other Jeep on fire, quickly moving into the porch, probably into the house. That could have been a major disaster. But let's not rely on divine intervention as our fire safety plan. Instead, let's talk about the things you can actually do to prevent something like this from happening. Number one, don't swap out batteries into toys that weren't designed for them, especially ones that sit outside. If you do modify something and add those batteries, those lithium ion batteries, you need a proper enclosure, waterproof setup with fuses, battery management system, thermal management system. There's a lot that goes into it. Just throwing a few lithium ion batteries into the pack and hoping for the best, it's like replacing your porch light with a flamethrower. Realistically, I don't recommend DIY projects involving batteries. The risk of fire is significant. But what if you really want to take on that risk? I recommend keeping those batteries in a cool, dry place when not in use. Batteries don't like extreme temperatures, rain, humidity. Storing them outside is an invitation for trouble. But don't keep them indoors unless you want to risk a fire inside your house, garage, or shed. I guess that really doesn't leave many options. There's a lot of people out there using tool batteries for projects like this. For the love of all things flammable, if you have an old tool battery that's not working, don't try to jumpstart it or recharge it if it's clearly dead. That's not how these things work, and even though there's lots of instructions on the internet on how to do it, you don't want to find out the hard way what happens when you try. Lithium ion batteries, they are great when they're used correctly. But they're not just a drop-in upgrade for every toy, gadget, or project. So before trying to electrify your kid's Power Wheels and turning it into a budget Cybertruck, make sure you actually understand the risks. Otherwise, you might just end up with a flaming, ghost riding Jeep in your yard. And that's not the 911 call you want to make.